This show has been made possible with the continued support of the 7 Stars Partners.
Well, what a bunch of ass hats. Despite objections from members of parliament, despite concerns from operators and industry organizations, despite warnings from their own people, the UK Gambling Commission went right ahead announcing the implementation of their stupid affordability checks. To hell with consequences, pushback, and or fallout. I've said it for over a year now, perhaps even 2, that the UKGC has an agenda. And beyond that agenda, the Commission doesn't give a tinker's damn about you, me, or anything else. But let's back up for just a moment, because on our last show from IGB Live in London, I told you about Tim Miller, the Executive Director of the UKGC, and how he's decided to step down. Considering his involvement with the Gambling Act Review White Paper, and ultimately these affordability checks, I said, good riddance. But are we missing the bigger picture here? During the pilot program, the checks were implemented when a player's monthly deposits reached £500. That threshold was later lowered to just £150. While speaking at the IGB Live show, Mr. Miller stated that a lot of people have forgotten that the original purpose of the white paper was to focus on higher spending players who showed evidence of financial distress. So, perhaps, just perhaps, not everyone at the Commission is on the same page with these checks. Perhaps that division is resulting in people stepping down. Or perhaps I'm reading too much into the situation. Whatever the case, the checks are coming, and if you don't like them, you can leave, which many operators will undoubtedly consider. And if you're a player, well, you can go offshore, which many players already have. And while there has been no official start date announced just yet, the first phase of these checks will be for players depositing over £5,000 in a 24-hour period, which sounds reasonable, but eventually that drops to just £3,000 over 90 days, or barely over £30 a day. The Committee for Culture, Media and Sport wants some clarification on the Commission's plans for these checks. And some members of Parliament are now calling for the UK government to take control of the UK Gambling Commission. I wonder if the Commission gives a tinker's damn about that.
Roobet Affiliates is the premier partner program for Roobet crypto-focused casino. Have peace of mind with no activity quota and no negative carryover up to $10,000. From revenue share to CPA to custom arrangements, they have you covered. So scale your way to success with Roobet Affiliates.
Let's see if we can get this show done before the rain hits. The World Cup is wrapping up with the finals between Spain and Argentina this coming Sunday. In fact, by the time many of you watch this video, that match will be history. And just as they do every year for every major sporting event, industry regulators are warning us of some sort of danger. Something they can put in their crosshairs just to show us all how much we need them and justify their positions and salaries, of course. In the past, the flavor of the year has been the black market, over-advertising, vulnerable players, even bad affiliates, or, God forbid, bad influencers. This year, we all need to be afraid of prediction markets. The trend is clear. Regulators only stay in business if their market is profitable. And markets only stay profitable when the players stay and play. In other words, channelization is good for business, which is why many jurisdictions are worried about the unregulated prediction markets. And others are scrambling to take advantage of the situation. Gibraltar has announced prediction market regulations launching in November, making them the first regulator with a dedicated framework for just these markets. Of course, some jurisdictions view contracts as sports betting and gambling, while others view them as event contracts, and that legal dispute could drag on and on and on for years. But Gibraltar is treating the activity as neither. Rather, they're treating it as its own distinct sector, and they've established their regulations of the activities based on activity and risk. Now, I'm not going to get into all the details of how this will work or any arguments in favor or against the regulations or the activity itself. But Gibraltar's Minister of Defense says these new regulations are a statement of intent. But to me, it looks like an opportunistic cash grab. But hey, why can't it be both? Make hay while the sun is shining. That's what my pappy always used to say. And with that, I'm off. Again, physically, mentally, I've been off for years. But today, with this show, I'm off again. I'll see you all next week. God willing. First show back from my trip, and I got through it without a blooper and without the rain starting. We're supposed to get thunderstorms here today, which would be a rare treat up here for a boy who was born and raised down in Texas. Yeah. Hopefully there's not a lot of wind noise. But considering I'm about to get rained on, it's good enough.